Hey guys, welcome to my first cooking video. I'm about to make lunch today, so I thought I would record it and share it with you guys. I'm about to make a fresh cherry tomato quiche pie. And it's a really easy recipe, something that you can whip up really quickly for lunch, as a snack, or for dinner. And the reason I'm making a tomato one is because our cherry tomatoes are fresh for harvest. So perfect opportunity to use them into something delicious. All right, so the first thing you want to do is get your ingredients ready. I have the tomatoes, as I mentioned, any herbs that you want to use. I grabbed some parsley today. You can add rosemary, thyme, anything that you want. I've got a few cloves of garlic, 3, my onion, my last and sadly looking onion. I've got some short crust pastry that I bought from Coles, really easy in the freezer section. And you can usually make this. It's as easy as butter and flour, but ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm using pre-bought pastry crust. I've got some eggs. And then I think I'm also gonna add some smoked salmon into my pie today with some Persian feta that I got. So nice combination of flavors. You know, you've got your savoriness from the tomato, you've got your saltiness from the smoked salmon. You can add ham or bacon or anything that you want really in a protein. And then we've got some fat from the cheese, and then that nice kind of herbaceous flavor from the fresh herbs. So let's get to it. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get your pie blind baked, and what that means is like you basically bake it into the oven and kind of get it a bit of a color and solidified, so that when you put the cold filling in, it's not as raw as it should be, and it's got a little bit of time to cook already beforehand. So basically all I'm going to do is take out the pie crust. It's all done for me. This is a quite shallow pie, but that's why I'm making 2 today, for lunch and then for later. And then basically I have the oven on 180 preheat. All I do is follow the packet instructions. It's that easy. All right, so next up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically prep all my ingredients. I'm gonna chop my garlic and onion. I'm gonna cut some of the tomatoes in halves, and some I'll actually leave whole, and then I'll do 2 cooking processes for them. So one I'm gonna roast in a pan, so it's got that caramelization, and one I'm actually gonna leave fresh. And then I'll whisk some eggs, I'll chop my parsley, and I'll kind of shred the smoked salmon and cheese so it's ready to go. Whew, it's a hot day today. So I've already done my prep. Basically what I'm gonna do now, the first thing is I'm going to caramelize my onion in the pan, because that will go into the pie. So just heating up the pan on a high heat, adding some oil. Ooh. Did you see that? I make mistakes all the time like that in the kitchen. The oven just dinged, my pie crust is ready. So that's done, it's ready to go. I'm still caramelizing my onions. Put some salt, put some pepper in there, whatever you want. And if you like it a bit sweeter, you can even add a bit of brown sugar or just normal sugar. And now I'm gonna crack some eggs. So my onions are almost ready. I should probably have called these charred onions, not so much caramelized onions, but I like them charred so they have that smoky taste to it. And I also don't want them too soft because I want them to have a bit of a bite when I put them in the pie. Okay, this camera angle of me going up and forth is a bit challenging. So The next thing I'm going to do now that the onions are done, I am going to roast half of my tomatoes with garlic and tomatoes. That's it. Garlic straight in the pan, bit of salt, just roast them, get them caramelized, get them charred, and then the other half will stay fresh. So as you can see, I just want them charred. I want them to blister, as that's where the natural savoriness will come out from. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is basically assemble. It's as easy as that. What I'm gonna do is mix some of the roast tomatoes with the fresh tomatoes and some of the onions as well. All you have to do is just spread them around. Evenly. So I'm mixing both fresh and cooked just for a bit of textural contrast, but also some flavor contrast as well. Now you can add anything to this pie. Last week I made a zucchini and roasted pumpkin pie and it was delicious. And what I'll do here is I'll just mix it around a little bit just to make sure that the egg mixture gets into every crevice of that quiche. Bit of cracked pepper. And voila! That's your quiche done. Then off into the oven it goes. So guys, that's it. It's super easy. Quiche is now ready to go into the oven, so we'll place that in there for about 15-20 minutes. Just keep an eye for it. Put it at 180, and then when it's done, eat it out. Enjoy with a relish, with a sauce, whatever you want, and it is delicious. Delicious. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked that recipe. Comment down below if there's any other things that you want to see, if there's any specific tips that you want, and you know what? Like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome to my first cooking channel. Dog. Hey guys.